I was looking at the wrong area because I switched my camera around. So I'm like, what the fuck, bro? How you guys doing? I hope you guys are all
Went
having
from
a great
looking
day.
up, now he's got to look straight.
Yeah, now I gotta look like it's like not even straight. It's like to my right a little bit. Like I'm now staring into you guys' soul. How do you guys feel about that? I don't care. Hope you guys are all having a great day. I know I surely am.
Yeah.
We're back with episode 3. Today we're going to be talking about American Dad. We got a breakdown, a bunch of other stuff we want to do with you guys that we're going to talk about. So sit back, relax, grab some snacks, and let's get into this episode.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the pros and the cons that we have of American Dad. I'll go ahead and start first. Why not?
Yeah,
I'm going to start with the pros. Start with the one pro. Enjoyable characters. You
Indeed.
can't tell me there is now one character that you dislike or that you just can't stand. Everybody serves a purpose, and you can enjoy their presence. Like can you name one that you like dislike or have any like they're annoying from time to time?
Off the top of my head, I definitely can't, which means no. Because normally when you think of characters that make you like that upset you, you could immediately go to some, like in like that case Family Guy. I dislike Brian. So like every time Brian has any story, like main story, it kind of pisses me off. So it's like there's no like characters for me like that in American Dad. I like everybody.
We could talk about that Family Guy to continue, because early Brian, before they originally got canceled, was good, but then he like just went off to being a punch joke. But here's my one character that I think like some people might find annoying. Me personally, he's comedically good in his role, and that's Klaus.
Yeah, I don't find Klaus annoying. He's just like not as important, but he's also like hilarious to me. Like the one-off moments and like the punching bag role that he takes on is perfect to me. Like I don't really care too much, like, because people are like, oh, some of the things he does is annoying, some of the things he says is annoying, but it's like, nah, he's top tier to me.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite like main stories of Klaus was, it's like season 10 or 11. He is telling Steven Snot about something. Then this is a B one. A B story. He's like, "What? You don't know this
Oh,
story?"
you're talking
And then he'll tell the
when
story.
they
And
were
then he'll
trying
go,
to watch
"What?
the
You
movie.
don't know this?"
When they were trying to watch that one movie.
And then when they find, but the best part about that episode is after he's like, he explains everything. They get over it. They're finally watch the movie, and they're like, "Wow, that was actually worth knowing all that useless information."
Yeah, and they were like all crying or some shit.
Oh, Joe.
All right, one of my
one of your pros.
One of my pros. That's what I was just about to go into. My bad, man. One of my pros, number one, there's barely any dull moments, in my opinion. Like, there's a lot of moments. There's in like a lot of other cartoons. There's a lot of dull moments. Like certain characters or certain storylines that you just don't like. American Dad has a few of those, but that's the thing. It's just like a few, in my opinion. Yes, the story, like the story kind of repeats itself every now and then, but it's like on top of that though, it's still, you get those funny moments even from those episodes. Like most of it's hilarious. There are barely any extremely dull moments, I should say.
So hold on. Speaking of that, I think their dull moments mostly come with an episode, because there's like an episode that's just dull, don't want to watch, don't know why. And I'll give you one. It's either, I think it's late season 11, and I'm sitting around this because this is like, I've been jumping around while watching them.
Mm-hmm.
And late season 11 has an episode that's like stock car racing. Stan gets really into that. That whole episode, I just didn't enjoy and was like, it's just happening. I don't like this. What is this? That's the Ace story. Francine thinking he's cheating on her with some stock car lady, and then Roger's trying to be the funniest flight attendant. It's just, the whole episode was dull and just not enjoyable. I just tried to make it through and then just keep moving forward.
Yeah, see, but it's like you go back to that moment, but it's like you really think of like too many more of those moments though, like those episodes where it's just like I don't really want to be here for this.
There's at least like one like every other season, but 20 seasons with 20 episodes each, and there's 10 dull episodes in total.
Exactly. See,
A right there. That's an A. That's 400 episodes, only 10 are dull. 39 out of 40. Okay, so my next one is for pros is Roger's Golden Turd Story.
it's amazing.
This continuation, it's beautiful. So when it first happened, it was actually like a main purpose of the episode. Roger has an upset stomach, and then he eats some, I don't know, Del Taco, I'm guessing. They had a lot of Del Taco moments in the earlier seasons when this came around, like season 3. And he just golden turd with diamond and jeweled. I don't even, man, it's been a minute since I've seen that episode. I just know Steve takes Roger on this like ET journey, and they go flying and crash into the electrical grid for the town, and Roger just takes a shit right there next to it. Thought he was gonna die, takes Stan's CIA jacket, takes it off, and then it goes from a TV show to like a movie screen, got the widescreen going, and gets all serious, and you're like, what's happening? And this guy finds a golden dusted turd, and just beats the living shit out of his friend with it. That's how everybody dies with it, is they just get beat the fuck up with golden turd.
It's got like some fucking magical angry powers. But no, like that is one of the best side stories, and probably like a lot of cartoons in my opinion, because like like the continuation of it, and how it just randomly cuts to it. Sometimes it's just flawless. Um,
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
so moving on to my second pro, uh, the amazing black background characters that American Dad has. Like they have so many like just perfectly, even like the not like the ones that only show up like once or twice. They're just like amazingly made. And it's like I'm like, y'all have black writers back there cooking. You can't tell me you don't. Like I saw a post about it on Twitter, and this is one of the reasons why I put it on there, because I was like, they're right. And they were like, I don't understand how Sethless Cleveland show exists the way it does when they have so many amazing black background characters on American Dad. And I was like, you're right. Like they're just great, you know. And even like not even like the background
Lewis,
the Principal Lewis, like the fireman that showed up with Steve, like it is like, dude.
Well, then the characters that are not black tried to pretend to be black.
Even they're well written, and it's like I hate that you are, but you are.
I'll put this in parentheses. I need y'all to see my hands. My favorite black character does not a one-off series. I think he's in 2 or 3 episodes. Is Dick, CIA agent with Stan?
Yeah.
He does an alternate persona in the episode that Stan tries to spend time with Steve as he's a girl with some CIA technology. It's Big Black Dick. Funny as fuck. End of the episode, he's going looking for condoms. He's like, do you have anything smaller than an XL? It's this big. He's like, I guess, well, they shrink in the dryer. See, not a black character, but that's why I got a parentheses on that.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, and it's like they just have so many even when, like you said, when characters are trying to be like they're well written. So I'm just like, I like it, I enjoy it. It works out well. That's a pro to me.
Okay, my number 3 for pros. We're gonna agree on this. This is like something we talked about last episode. Is Steve's music?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get hyped.
Mm-hmm. Every time Steve's about to start singing, bro, or it cuts to like anything where he's about to get ready to just start, it's like we're in for a treat, bro.
So I want to make this known. In season 5, 4 or 5, somewhere in that range, they do Steve and the ass tones. It's Steve, Snot, Barry, Bushy, and then Roger joins at some point because whatever drummer that they had that was like 26 years old on drugs quit. Steve sings, but he's not like what we come to love and know him as. He's just kind of like a pop singer, like just has like a normal, like just singing voice. But then I think it's season 7, episode 1, he sings "Daddy's Gone."
Yeah, and then that just kicks off everything. Cause
then the next one, I think the next one is like about his mom. Like season 7 is the,
like the
pinnacle of learning about that. Yeah.
Is she not hot enough? Like, bro,
hot
man was killing it.
Oh,
like,
you did.
It was weird because he was just casually like singing about his mom, but you know, it like Mans was hitting it.
Yeah, so Daddy's Gone, It's Not Hot Enough, and then Boys 12 was all in the first like 5 episodes of season 7. It was crazy.
Which is insane, dude.
But my favorite of the Steve's music is when he's singing the B story of how he got stuck in the girls' locker. In the girls' locker room from soccer practice. He was running away from bullies and just jumped in. He sings the whole thing, and they're like, "Why are you singing this whole thing?" And he's just still singing, going at it, and it's like, get it.
It's like, cause I can, so you know, fuck you.
Yeah. What you gonna do about it, punk? And then they're just like, Steve, shut up.
Oh man, dude, I absolutely love it. So going into my third pro is the comedy sticks 90% of the time. Like, in my opinion, 90% of the time, American, like, I'll even like, I'll lower it a little bit. 80% of the time, American Dad's jokes land. You know, like there's some jokes in Family Guy and everything that just don't stick, or you know, any other cartoons where it's like that wasn't funny. But like for the most part, in American Dad, almost like there's never an episode where I don't at least chuckle at least once.
I agree with you. I definitely think 80% feels about right. It could be lower, it could be higher. It's just because again, we're going off 20 seasons of episodes. That's a lot. It's a lot of episodes. It's I also think it depends on the time frame and like if you have the knowledge of sequence of events, because they'll make a joke about 9/11 and then look in the camera and be like, that's not funny. And then you're just in the back like, and then there's the guy that goes, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, like you're like, you liar. I laughed a little.
Gotcha. It's kind of funny.
That's kind of all the pros I had right now, but like there's plenty more.
I only got one more pro.
Hit me with it.
Two more, actually. My bad. Okay. My fourth one is Roger's abilities and how they explain. Now, let me explain how I'm talking about this. So, Roger's abilities are just random in an episode, but they don't just leave them random. They like will either bring them up another time, or Roger will be like, "Oh yeah, I only have that ability like during this little segment of my life." Yeah. And it's like, cool. Okay, I can accept that as an answer because he's an alien. Like, I'm not going to argue that that's not alien logic. You can't do that. Right. What is this, a cartoon? What am I watching this for enjoyment? What? Because like, I learned, okay, so one of the first abilities that he has that I think he discovers, and again, they start going to what we know more as modern American Dad in about season 7. Mm-hmm. From season 7 onward, it stays consistently, which is about which is the season after the Rapture. The Rapture was actually at the like beginning, like towards the middle of season 6, and they continued that path, and then boom, season 7 hit, and everything just exploded.
Yeah, just changed.
Roger has super speed.
That we know.
Roger, yeah. I'm not going to name all of them because, like, again, there are sub-seasons of American Dad I wasn't able to fully catch up on because I was watching everything on Hulu, and apparently there's 20 seasons, and I'll bring that up here in a second. But there's only 18 on Hulu. So Roger had the super speed. He's can be set on fire. His organs, if removed, can come back to him and insert themselves back into his body correctly through his butt. Learn that one. Yeah, trust me. Crazy. Haley and Jeff are just standing there and they're dancing. They're like, on our way back home, we're going home. And then just through the butt, Roger wakes up and goes, Jeff, did you just have your way with me? You sly dog. What is it? I said flame. Electricity powers. His body's just naturally more like static electricity compared to humans. So like but he can control it. So it's like he just gets his finger, boom, kill, boom, bring him back to life.
I swear.
There's more that I'm naming, but there's one I'm gonna get into. So I'm gonna jump into my fifth one, unless you got thought of another one.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'll just Roger's personas. I'm sticking with Roger. There's a lot of Roger talk today.
Well, that's
Roger's personas.
Roger's the real main character.
Yeah. So Roger personas are at first in season 1, he's like, I need to get out the house. And I think it's because they didn't buy him any persona outfits. He didn't have any wigs, and then he eventually, when they start getting wigs, start doing this, he starts jumping up and starts doing other stuff. And he develops these personas. And the personas take a life on their own. We've seen multiple times Roger be, and this is probably a pro of his, he just doesn't remember. Family starts realizing Roger's personas are a lot of the people in Langley Falls.
Roger's personas are like the equivalent of what's his name from fucking Amazing World of Gumball, the guy who works at every job.
Oh, Larry.
Larry, yeah. Roger's personas are basically Larry.
Yeah, and so, but something to talk about. The reason I have this as a pro is I learned he has a warehouse that he creates all of it, kind of like a magical thing, and that leads into why people don't see him as an alien; they see him as a person. Because if he creates these using whatever alien technology he has, he puts it together, and then people see him as a person, not an alien. And then in season 20, episode 19, because I saw this and I found the episode and was able to watch some of it, not all of it. Steven Snot, I think, are trying to buy alcohol.
Yeah.
And they use Roger's outfits. It turns them into different people, which gets looked at through a security camera. And because they're with Lewis, best black character in adult cartoon history. Tell me different, please. I'm waiting for a Boondocks reference, but anyway.
We'll sit that one out for now. We'll let it slide.
So Lewis is just acted like normal. He's just acting like he's the two dudes that he just met, and they're like, Principal Lewis, what are you doing? And they're like, why are you calling me Principal Lewis? I'm not your principal. Kind of shit. It's good.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Okay. Time to jump over to cons. I don't know if there's a lot of cons, but we're going to hold it. You want to start the cons this time?
Yeah. So my number one is something we did discuss before, talk about before. It's just like the repeating characteristics. Like there's no development at all. It's like we get an episode where it's like, okay, this person has changed, and then it's like they go right back to doing the same shit they were doing before. And I know it's a cartoon, so there doesn't need to be any like continuity, but it's nice when there's continuity behind it, especially if it's supposed to be like a super character defining moment.
Okay, so this is why there's a lot of people that like anime more than like American style cartoons, because anime, the only time that the character doesn't develop something or you learn something or it sticks is filler. Like 80% of American cartoons, whether it's an adult cartoon or a child's cartoon, it's filler. just to enjoy. It's like with American Dad, as he said, because he just named two of mine, like the same story but different episode. Where like I'm gonna break down right here. Stan has some childhood trauma that he tries to hang on to and acts like a child.
Mm-hmm.
Steve's trying to be a man. Francine and Stan have some issue in their marriage because something Francine did in her past. Bailey's a liberal. Stan hates. And Roger's trying to prove somebody wrong or that he's better than somebody.
Yeah, because that episode...
They learn these lessons.
Episode when he challenged that dude to a guitar off and didn't do anything up until like the last minute and he sold his soul. It's like, dude, you're always trying to compete with somebody for no reason because that wasn't even
warranted. And that's not even the worst part. The worst part about that episode is Roger beats him. He's asked the devil, can I pay you later? And the devil's like, be my guest, I don't care. And he goes to the guy, hey, you just have, he's like, you could keep playing here, but you have to pay my debt for my guitar lessons. He goes, oh, I could do that. That's no problem.
And then you get struck
takes
down the fucking hell. Yeah.
Like, what? Roger just got these amazing guitar skills for nothing.
For free.
Cool.
For free. And
yeah, for him. He doesn't learn Roger's the only one that doesn't learn a lesson, and his character's like the only one that actually like continues with its development. But it's like Stan. It's over. It realized family is more important than work, and then episodes later, he's doing the same thing. Cool. And I don't know how many times Steve's got to learn to be a man. Like it's just Morty from Rick and Morty, but with a better yelling voice, a better singing voice,
with a better singing voice, and it doesn't stick because even Morty got sick of people's shit. Like,
yeah, well, Morty actually has development because, like Steve, one of the episodes he gets is when he turns into when they're looking for their identity as a friendship, which is probably one of my favorite episodes. And they become witches, becomes a blood witch, and then he doesn't put up with nobody's shit. Now, I do think him, what was it, a churro out the mouth of the quarterback was weird, but
very weird.
We'll let Steve be Steve on that one.
Yeah, that's all you can chalk that up to.
So yeah, you talked about my first two combined there, so can knock that out. I'll jump to my next two because my next two are kind of one and the same, slightly different. So I'm a person where if you're going to have an A story, that A story needs to be primary and be the better of the stories.
Right.
American Dad has a lot of times where the B story is better, and I'd rather just focus on the B story. And I'm like, go back to the B story. And I'm trying to think of an example just off the top of my head. Like most of Steve's stories that like you get enthralled with, and you're like, ooh, Steve. Let's do that. And then it's like, nah, we're good.
We're going to cut back to something completely boring and unrelated.
Oh, the example I can think of is B singing the B story the whole time. I didn't care about the A story at that point. Once Steve was singing the whole thing and it was like actually like a storyline story part, I was like, okay. And then it cut back and I'm like, I don't even remember what the A story was in that, to be honest with you.
It doesn't even matter.
I think it had something.
It doesn't even matter.
I think it had something to do with Francine becoming a news anchor or something. But anyway,
the Francine
might be wrong. I'm
not gonna lie. The Francine episodes are kind of like when she, like some of them I'll say, because like the realtor, like when she was trying to be a realtor, I think it was when she working with like Roger or something.
Yeah,
shit. That was kind of funny.
No. Oh yeah, Roger was her assistant.
Yeah.
When Stan got the realty thing closed down. That's because he didn't feel like he was being like the man of the house. And that was early seasons. They don't really focus on that storyline anymore. Probably for the better because it gets tiring. I'm going to say this now, and I want this to hold. I told Mystic is here that I was going to tell him this. Wait, right here. Early Stan, seasons 1 through 5 is just Heel and Family Guy.
You
Combine Peter's Stan
said,
is Hank Hill
yeah,
that acts like Peter.
yeah.
That was my big reveal that I was telling you about like a week ago when we were discussing this.
Oh, and you were like, I'm not gonna tell you anything.
We're gonna have to find out.
Yeah, pretty.
Because like,
now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, because he's like, oh, I'm supposed to be the man of the house, but then he does stupid shit.
and then he's like, he's a Redskins fan, which Peter's a Patriots fan and Hank is a Cowboys fan, which Cowboys. But he's a Redskins fan and he shows it. He's like, oh, I gotta do all this stuff Redskins style, no problem. Okay, cool. You gotta have your meat tough. What? Like, and then he's getting into a fight with somebody. It's like, cool, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, because they did come back to like the whole Redskins thing, especially when he like on the Thanksgiving episode, I think it was, where Francine's parents came over.
That's good writing, and it's good writing because Redskins at the time, because now they're the Commanders. The Redskins are is a Native American mascot.
Mm-hmm.
It's Thanksgiving in American Dad was the Pilgrims came up and stole the land and had a feast and invited Indian. Like it was confusing in American Dad the way they told that story. Apparently there was exploding corn. I don't know how you explode corn in the 1600s, but whatever. Cool.
Just leave it in the sun. What do you mean?
They pull out their Zippo lighter and just
yeah.
But then he goes all the way to Redskins Stadium because he was kicked out of his land by the Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Don't know what that meant, but got it.
Makes perfect sense, man. What do you mean? How are you confused?
I think okay. My favorite part about that episode is at the end. It's Klaus. Klaus goes, but don't the Cowboys always play in Dallas on Thanksgiving? It's like, how the hell were there Cowboys fans at the Redskins stadium? Jump back to where we were at. I said a better B story is kind of annoying. Now, also, a useless B story is also annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And here's why. Because, again, like, make the B story the A story, because usually the A story is decent enough. It's rare that I really want them to get rid of the A story because the B story is so good. But when the B story is just so useless, and I just do not care about the B story, like I have no interest. It doesn't matter to me what happens to him. Usually the better B stories are Steve and his friends. Even if those are the A stories, like they're usually pretty good stories to enjoy watching. But anything where it's like Roger getting back at somebody as the B story, it's anything that deals with Haley fully being a part of something. That's the thing is I like Haley. Haley's character kind of suits better because compared to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the most different. Like Steve is a nerd, just does his nerd things. Francine is a housewife that needs more brains, but is very skilled at a lot of things.
A lot.
Stan is the CIA agent that tries to be the best man, biggest man, greatest thing on earth, but everybody knows he's just a weirdo. And Klaus is Klaus. He just kind of shows up, and then Roger is magical. So it's just how it is.
I know this is going backwards. I don't know how many cons you have left, but I know this is going backwards. But for another pro that I have, it just came to me, of course, because you know I'm just winging shit here. You know we don't organize anything in this podcast.
Hold on, no. He don't organize. I try to keep my mind separated. I got a book.
Oh, excuse me, I don't organize this podcast.
It's white people
But
things. I do white people things.
it's like he's barking at, like, there's two people that just pulled up. My bad, and he's like just barking at him. There's like like I said, like the one-off comedy things that they do. Like that episode when Stan kept like telling people he worked for the CIA for 20 years when he was trying to get another job, and then out of nowhere they just get
They
fucking
kept killing
sniped.
people.
And he's like, "You gotta stop
Seriously.
telling people, Stan." Or with Francine, like
Seriously, Stan, you need to stop telling people.
like with Francine, or how she's just like this massive kleptomaniac. It's like, dude, and the only reason I love that so much is just that storyline was perfect to me. Like him getting kidnapped and everything, and them having like a sweatshop and shit. It was just beautiful. But yeah, there's just those one-off situations like that and stuff I just absolutely love. Cause like, how is dude so quick to snipe these people? Is he just following Stan around because he knows he's gonna tell someone? Like,
And then hold on. And then where is he at? Where he's high enough up nobody can see him, but Stan can still look at him and yell at him, and he yelled back at Stan, and nobody knows.
wasn't he on like a building, like a tall building or something?
I think he was in a helicopter, actually.
It might have been. I love it, dude.
Now, hold on. I'm actually going to stick with what kind of we're talking about is the CIA. Stan's training is useless.
Mm-hmm.
Dog.
It's like he has some moments where he like absolutely
really
locks in,
bothers me.
and then other times it's like he just gets folded.
Okay, for anybody who remembers this story, it was one of the more bigger. This is when Steve being a man was not just him doing something. It was him just being more of a pussy and Stan trying to man him up instead of he needs to become a man, like a rite of passage. Was the bullying episode, and I don't remember what season that was in, but like Stan follows him around, and then he's like, "Ooh, pita bread or pizza bagel or whatever it was for lunch." Gets it. Some kid pulls up and goes, "I'm taking that." He calls his dad crying. So Stan, Stan does his thing, starts bullying his son like a normal good dad would do, bully his son to being a. So what he does is he calls Stan's old bully. Now, here's the difference. When you're in high school and you're getting bullied like at different story, but when you're a 20-year veteran of the CIA and you're trained,
you shouldn't be like you should.
Why? Wait, what?
That's what I like. That's one of the inconsistencies I don't like because, dude,
Stelio Contos.
It's like, are you a badass, or is it flukes? Because I need to. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Now this just popped up in my head. There was an episode where Haley goes to Dad, who was like, "Why don't you beat him up? You're a trained CIA agent." He goes, "I'm actually a weapons expert. I don't actually have that great of hand-to-hand combat."
That would clear some things up if we didn't see some of the things he did with hand-to-hand, though.
Yeah, like this man's whooping like 40 dudes, and then Stelio Contos just takes his apron off and does a running elbow drop, right? Slides down with him on the slide. It's like,
folds him, dude. Just absolutely folds him like laundry, bro. Stelio's pulled up and said, "You better scramble like an egg before you get folded like an omelet," and absolutely flipped him.
Look, Stelio might be 6'6", 280 pounds, but Stan is no pushover. He's 6'2", 6'1", 240, 250. That's a big man, man. And he's not just fat. Like he's got a dad bod, but he's built. He's not just got a beer gut. He's muscles.
It's ridiculous, man. Like, it's ridiculous.
Okay, you got any cons you want to mention up still?
I don't have any more cons for now, so I say
for now.
I say for now, because you know how my brain
works.
We're
moving on.
That's what you think. You think we're moving on. I'll bring us back.
And we're back. Okay. What are you, the Roger Turd storyline? You know I like it so much, you're just going to do that to me? Okay.
I'm just gonna edit in. It's gonna send it like cut to.
It's going to jump. We just get really close to talk about it.
Just
okay. So our next segment for American Dad is we took 5 theories that American Dad has. One of them I kind of like didn't really find much on other than like people talking about, but I like it and I want to talk about it, so I kind of have it up. Our first one is Roger is the Smiths' firstborn. I'm gonna start it with this. It is stupid as hell.
I agree.
There we go. That's it for that.
That's all we need for that one. It doesn't make sense.
Like, it doesn't. There's no story where that makes sense. The only evidence that was really shown is like, he was in an accident and the CIA saved him, but he looks like an alien, and that's why. He's older than Haley. Haley's supposedly between 18 and 20 or something, somewhere in that range. So he's older than Haley. But then they celebrate his sweet 1600th birthday. It shows his species of alien when Jeff gets taken away. It shows his spaceship. Ooh, you really don't remember what I'm talking about, do you?
No, there's something else coming to mind right now. There's something completely different that could make this a possibility, but it also can't at the same time because of them showing.
I want you to hit me with it.
So
I want you to hit me with it.
I was thinking, unless like to help him cope with the accident, like unless like it was an actual accident that happened that like completely disfigured him or some shit, and they're helping him cope. They follow along with these storylines and everything, but I'm like that wouldn't really make sense because why would the CIA still be after him after they know like he's not like an alien or anything? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Like it could work if they were just playing along with it, or it was like a fever dream type thing. Is like the final episode of American Dad. It's like I woke up from a coma or some bullshit. You know, like that's the only way they can like pull that theory out of that, like to make that theory not be ass. And
the only thing I disagree with this that makes it like feel more uncomfortable the more I think about it is I'm pretty sure Roger and Stan have had sex.
Mm-hmm. They have.
So
there's an episode about it. They have, and because didn't they like run off together or some shit?
No. So the episode that I think you're thinking of, there's a lot of thinking there, is Roger and Stan want to be best buddies, and when Stan shows up to his former college buddies' bachelor party with an Asian sex doll, and gets kicked out, Roger snuck on, and then Stan was sad, so Roger showed him a good time, and then they got drunk, and then he pretty much probes Stan, and then he gets all his memories, and they become best friends for life.
Mm-hmm.
But Stan, so that's the episode I think you're thinking of, but the episode that I'm talking about is the one where they were seeing who the best actor was.
Yeah, and they
and Roger plays the female, and they end up acting like they were having sex on stage, and then they became best buddies again. Really, the whole time is like they just need to fucking get it over with. And then it's like
that's what it was. Dang. The entire episode, like that's what people were saying. Yeah, I remember.
So that's why that makes me kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's understandable.
That's how y'all feel. The second one is not. It's a theory, but it's how we really want to look at it. It's this: the Smith family still uses the vacation goo from the CIA. For those who don't remember, Stan hated going on vacations with them, and he just wanted to be left alone to watch football with Klaus. Don't know why Klaus is a big importance of that, but
Well, you know,
he would put them in the goo.
Klaus just sometimes get thrown in as people's best friends or like a road trip companion and everything
They
like
have
that.
a
Like he
thing.
has like super
They have a
like I said, he's a
thing.
background character that people don't really like, but he's kind of important to a lot of the characters there, even though they don't want to admit it.
So if the Smith family are all S tier, which is like the 5, Roger, Stan, Francine, Haley, Steve, Klaus is the A. He's by himself in the A. Nobody
Yeah,
else besides maybe like Steve's friends and Jeff might be there. So it's like Klaus is important, but not. We don't care that much about Klaus, kind of
yeah.
thing.
He's not like if there was an episode where he wasn't in it, we wouldn't miss him.
Oh, there was an episode, and this was one of the one-offs you were talking about, where he's like, "Oh, uh, hi, my name's Klaus Heiser." He says his name because he wasn't in the episode, and they were like, "Whatever that fish is," and then it cuts to him. Funny, but the vacation goo. So use the vacation goo in the later seasons because there was early, like maybe fifth season when they really like introduced the vacation goo,
Mhm.
and they all realized that the vacation goo was good for them, and they continue using it. Like, oh, they go on vacation. Like they don't really go on vacations much. They don't show them going on vacations. They don't really do stuff. So I would assume if they do go on vacations, they use the vacation goo. Like
That would make
first
more
off, a it
sense.
saves money.
A lot of money.
Saves money. They have a better time. They get to pick where they go and do pick what they do. Everything feels real. The only thing that the side effect is that Haley probably can't get pregnant because of that.
Right. Nobody's worried about that though. Come on now.
Th-
Come on. You really want a Jeff baby? I don't want no Jeff
Yeah,
baby.
I don't think Haley needs a baby either, but
uh,
whatever.
once kid like okay, controversial take a little bit. At least to me. Once like babies or like small children are introduced into certain shows, it kills the momentum for me. Shows and movies when they do that, it kind of kills it for me unless they do it well. Because like with Spy Kids, I absolutely hated it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I hated it. Um, and it's like a
Since
couple
when has
other
Spy
shows.
Kids been a cartoon?
No, it's not a cartoon. I just mean like in media, you dickhead.
Hold on, if we're gonna talk about that, yeah, look, I'm I'm good. I can go on a rant about that too, but I understand what you're saying
Yeah, we don't need no.
because it's introducing a new character that doesn't have much depth. Like we know the background of the character before the character's introduced, so it's not like
Can't give us much, and it's just I don't know. I just don't I don't vibe with it, but and like I said, unless the character's
that
done
doesn't.
right, because Susie's fine, Family Guy, you know. Um,
Oh, well, yeah, but that's because we don't know the real reason she was pregnant for so long.
exactly.
Like she was technically always there, but it wasn't like, and she's not like a main character. She's like a C type character, like Bonnie,
Hmm.
or whatever their son's name is. What's his name?
I don't remember the son's name.
Somebody tell us what the son's name is.
Yeah, put it in the comments. If you may, if you're here right now, yeah, W viewer. You know what I'm saying? W.
Thank you. I see what you mean. Like they're not gonna introduce a baby. Like baby Jeff was enough for me.
Yeah.
Um, number 3. I kind of discussed this a little bit. Roger is Superman.
I wouldn't say Superman, but as we've discussed already, he definitely has supernatural abilities. Um,
Yes. And yes, Superman's an alien. Yes, Superman is super has super speed. Yes, you could probably set Superman on fire and he doesn't take any damage. Um,
but we've seen Roger, like even in personas and everything, we've seen Roger be cut, stabbed, hurt, mortally injured, like fatally injured and shit like that. And it's like, dude, there's no way, you know, like. Yeah, like I said, he has abilities, but the episode where they were selling fake IDs, and it's just like, this is what's gonna happen to you if you don't stop, and the dude like slits his throat. So it's like,
yeah, like
Superman is they didn't stretch before that reach, and they pulled something when they came up with that theory, man.
Because okay, if we're gonna say that, they we can just be like, well, Goku is Superman because Goku is an alien. He can fly. He like we stretching, and we don't like stretching too far.
Facts, like yo, they're pulling something.
Number 4, CIA knows where Roger is. There's a lot of Roger ones. Don't ask me why.
Because
The
as I
CIA
said,
knows where Roger is.
Roger's the main character.
So I don't agree with this. Like, yeah, of course they do. It's the CIA. Because CIA pretends like they care, but I think the CIA knows that Roger is helping them in some way. Because like Roger is like,
hang on, your camera froze.
3 different drug dealers. He's helping get the CIA get crack into the inner city. Like, he's doing things a certain way. And I think they left him with Stan because Stan's not going to let it get overly out of control, or he's going to fix it because he's so loyal to the CIA.
Right. And then, like, because my thing is, if, like, they probably definitely, as you said, do know where he's at. And if you think I don't know if you're sitting still or if your camera froze, man, that is creepy. Yep, there we go. You froze. Fuck.
Just say I felt like it did.
But it was like they probably
What was the last thing I said?
They probably couldn't tell Stan exactly that they know. That's why like it's best for them to keep it that way, because that way like he'll freak out and everything and fix any problem that comes Roger's way or comes the CIA's way about Roger. So that would make sense. And it's like they really only care about other aliens that could probably do more damage than Roger, or they think would do more damage than Roger. Because we saw with like when the pink alien came down, they were on her ass immediately once they figured it out.
The pink alien's still around. They didn't do anything with her.
That's because Roger like saved her or some shit, right?
That's because she became Kim Kardashian.
Oh yeah. At the end of the episode. It's doing more damage than Roger right now, you know what I'm saying?
Oh God, you're right. Kanye, save the man.
Kanye knew something was up.
But yeah, I feel like they were either trying to kill Stan or it was the setup that Roger would save Stan. Because that's what happened in Area 51.
Mm-hmm.
But Roger has been around since 1947. So when he came to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if he's been around so long, why
haven't they done
like,
anything?
Yeah, like they obviously, because that the CIA was in World War II, so it's like went by something else, but CIA has been around just as much as Roger has, so they have to have something.
I don't know. I don't get it. Some of these theories people come up with are outlandish as fuck.
There are worse ones. We just went with ones that we actually would like to talk about or mention some way. The last one is the one that I was talking about. The one that I would be coming up with about Roger's personas, like what they actually are. And we talked about earlier when I was talking about my pros, that's one of them. His personas are created well, they're good, make a lot of sense. But Roger's personas are he's murdered, he's killed, he's done so much
Done a lot.
illegal stuff. But he can just throw away the persona and create a new one. He has the warehouse that I mentioned. First off, he gets all his electricity from a hospital. That's fucked up.
It'd be all right.
And that his personas can take on a life of their own. That's crazy. Because what was it, Sidney Huffman? And Roger ends up raping his petunias or some crap. They had saplings. Watch. Like, what they actually are makes no sense.
Mm-hmm. It's
so like
I need that to like officially be explained if they haven't already. Like I need like the creators to just be like, this is what's happening with that because I need this information. I need it now.
Well, maybe they have, and we just haven't seen it.
Maybe. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. All right, viewers. I'm gonna make this disclaimer now. About 53 minutes into our video here. It won't be 53 minutes when you guys watch it. I'm gonna, of course, work my magic. But he's the cartoon guy. If you guys haven't noticed already, picked up on it or anything, he's the cartoon guy. I'm the anime guy. When it comes to anime, you guys are gonna get your fucking mind blown with my knowledge. But he's the one that knows everything. So like, when it comes to research, I didn't do too much research. Fuck you.
I spent the last 2 weeks trying to watch every episode of American Dad I possibly could. I didn't fully finish because I wasn't feeling well for 3 days, and trying to pay attention was not anything for me.
Yeah.
However, I did get far enough that I have enough information to run on and enough data. There's an episode in season 13. I think it's season 13, episode 13, that Stan actually uses Roger's personas to get an advantage. I didn't get to fully get to the episode. I just kind of like was reading ahead on some stuff about the personas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one example. It helps them. And then Steve and Snot were trying to buy alcohol in season 20, and it distracts them. Like, where is the magic in the personas? We know that there is magic. We know that how the personas work now, but we don't know where they come from. What's going on? How's anything happening?
The only like magic related thing that I really remember from American Dad was like when Roger found that lady. Was it a lady that sold him those pants that like made him look really good in them?
Oh,
like made him like taller or whatever.
it made him. So his issue is because of the way his legs are shaped, he can't wear shorts. Well, this magic lady at the back of Old Navy, Ross, something like that, gave him these shorts that were magical and made his legs look the most beautiful legs ever. Well, then he runs into Ricky Martin. For those who don't know who that, he's Livin' La Vida Loca. He and he has a shirt that was made by a similar lady, but in the back of a. His is probably the Ross, and Rogers was the Old Navy.
Mm-hmm.
And Ricky Martin takes his shirt off, and he's this blubber, fat, gross-looking Hispanic, and you're like, what the heck? It was just this chiseled, good-looking Hispanic. What happened? And Ricky Martin gets beat up by Roger, and Roger takes his shirt, and then all of a sudden, he's got the chiseled abs, the muscles, the nice legs.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like maybe it's like the same type of effect there that's going on with his personas. That could be another theory.
Magic is the personas.
He just has like this is why factory is just like a sweatshop of like magical old ladies. sprinkling pixie dust on the personas as they're going out.
So that's the thing is, Steve and Snot were only wearing the outfits, but Rogers is usually within the wig, combined with the outfits. So I don't know if you need a specific hairstyle, because in the Steve and Snot, when it shows them, those characters had the same hair color that Steve and Snot had.
Mm.
So I don't know, like, because Roger's bald.
It could just be hair in general, since Roger is bald. You have to like the hair, like having hair completes it or some bullshit.
Yeah, I need to watch the Stan episode and see if because Stan is bald. Holy crap! Huh?
Stan's not bald. Is Stan bald?
Yes, Stan is bald. There's a whole episode when Steve gets scoliosis and he has to wear that giant back brace where he gets hooked on the back of a semi. Roger, Haley, and Francine go to the spa, but they only have two spa bands,
Mm.
so they take turns using that. Um, Steve goes and eats ribs, and he really actually learns about the best ribs in Virginia, and then Stan wears a hairpiece.
Okay.
That's really good. It's a really good hairpiece. So he actually is bald.
I was say if I'm in the CIA, I better have access to the best hair pieces.
Well, then that would make no sense for Dick and Bullock to be bald all the time, but Bullock rocks it, right? I think Dick just sucks.
Yeah.
You ready to get on to the most important part?
Yep. Let's go ahead and do it because we're running out of time.
So explain to everybody what's about to happen.
All right. Put your listening ears on because I know you haven't been listening up until now. And don't tell me you have because I know you haven't. So, what we're about to do is we both made a list of 10 characters. Background characters, main characters, doesn't matter. Any character in American Dad. And we're about to do a draft of sorts. We're going to take 5 characters from our list of 10 and we're going to make a whole new show basically, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, we both can't have the same character. So let's say I pick fucking Barry, which if all goes well, I'll have Barry. Spoiler alert there.
Ooh, I might get him from you. I might get him. I might get him.
If I pick Barry, he can't have Barry, and vice versa. So, and then at the end of it, we have to name the show, and then I guess you guys can figure out who came up with the best name down in the comments below, or I'll make a poll about it in the community tabs. We'll talk about it then and there. So yeah, that's how.
And
that's
whose show would you rather watch?
Whose show would you rather watch? And keep in mind, this show is basically going to be like, I guess we could say like the characters we pick, and then maybe guest appearances from anybody else at any other time. That's if it were to be made a real show, that'll happen that way. But this is, you got to keep in mind, this is like those 5 characters we pick are the characters that you'll be watching. So figure out which character you want to watch, like which show you would rather watch, and who came up with a better name. Put that down in the comments below. So let's go ahead and get into this. And
okay, shit. So here's how we're gonna do this. I have my deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I always keep them on. I'll play with them, I shuffle them, deal with it. I'm gonna shuffle him. He's got to tell me, is it gonna be a spell and trap card or a monster card? Whatever he picks, that's what it's gonna be. Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, it's definitely
shuffle him.
And for one, just to kick it off now, it's gonna be a monster card. And for 2, you guys, you know, if you like I said before, if you made it this far, you're a goat. But don't mention the fact that we could have just flipped a coin and made this simpler. Screw you. We're gonna do what we do.
You ready?
Yep.
Dang, it's a monster card. He gets to go first. How dare you be right, man?
As I said, you know, I'm just
bullshit.
I'm just like future sight. You know what I'm saying? Future sight.
Get my guy though. Let's go. Pick it first.
First pick, definitely Steve. I'm going ahead and take Steve off the board because
he was my 101 too. How dare you?
Take Steve off the board. You know, you have to. We need the music. You know what I'm saying?
He's got me. Okay. First pick. I'm choosing Stan. Now, he chose Steve for music. I'm choosing Stan for chemistry. If you could tell me a character that Stan doesn't have charisma, like a chemistry with, I'll be waiting. Put it in the comments to let me know.
Yeah, because I definitely don't know. You know, we already discussed that. But for my second pick, I'm picking Reginald, the koala. Gotta have Reginald. We gotta have
It's
have
cute
that,
as a
like,
button.
it's cute as a button. We gotta have a W black character. We know he's black. Don't worry about it. That's my second pick there. You know.
Man, if those were guns, Reggie would be dead.
And he knows fucking capoeira. That's
Okay.
all that matters.
My number 3. Or shoot, I'm jumping way ahead. My number
Jeez,
2.
bro, you just don't want a second pick?
I'm choosing Roger. I'm trying to get both. What do you mean? Give me 2 and 3. I'll choose Nick. No. My 2 is Roger. I'm choosing Roger because I can get all his personas.
Yep.
And I'm just getting a character everybody loves to love and love to hate at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it.
Which, that's a good pick. Great pick, even. Which takes us into my third pick, which is the best pick of the show. I don't care what nobody says. It's Stelios Kontos.
Oh, Stelios?
Stelios.
Why
Kontos.
Stelios?
Because we need.
I was only quiet with Reggie because I was ready for Reggie. I wasn't ready for Stelios. How dare you choose Stelios? Why? Tell me.
We need the stoic Walmart worker that's ready to put hands on everybody. We need it. We absolutely need it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. Absolutely huge pick there.
Hold on. This is all I'm going to say about it. Stelio.
He comes with his own theme song. You have to pick him.
Man, hold on. Before I say my 3, I do want to mention this. The episode where it's Stelio and Luis was funny.
Comes with
they
his own
made a soundtrack
song
before they beat up. Okay, well, technically, so does Stan. He's the one who sings it.
We don't give a fuck about Stan's theme song.
Okay, my number 3 is one half of the greatest gay news anchor team. And I'm actually going to choose Greg. Now, personally, I do like Terry more, but Terry leaves the show sometime in season 8 to go do something gay. And Greg, I don't remember. It was something like he went to party with this band or something. But Greg continues to stay there, and Greg is great. Greg is beautiful. He's understanding, and that man, he knows what he's doing. He's polite, well-mannered, always comes through. Like, when you need him, he's there.
All right, he's not a jelly donut.
Choose your
You don't
number
need to
4.
glaze him so much.
Hey. First off, jelly donuts can be frosted too, so.
My number 4, you ask, is John Q. Mind.
Who?
Mind Quad, baby.
Oh, God. Got his arms and legs shot into him, into his brain. Mind Quad.
Oh, man.
Dude.
I'm building the ultimate lineup.
I don't even know what his lineup is at this moment. Like,
it'll all
Stelios, he appears sometimes. Okay. Whatever. Like, why do you choose him? What was his purpose?
It'll be revealed in time.
He's not even going to say. He's okay. Whatever. My number 4. My number 4, I had a toss. I've been thinking like I need female characters, but then there's a side of me that's like, who cares? I'm actually going to choose Lewis.
It's a great pick.
I originally in my mind I was gonna put Haley as my number 4th, maybe number 5th pick, but you convinced me, Lewis. I need I need that black character
You need
that
a black
stands
character,
strong.
man. And he's a fucking witch
And
hunter. Come on.
he's a witch hunter. This man can do drugs, lives the single life, he's a womanizer, which will come into my fifth pick. I haven't. Ooh, watch it. But there's so much story because Lewis can do anything. If Greg and Stan as a storyline thus far, and it works right now with what I'm trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
So hit me with your number 5, and let's see where we're at.
My number 5, as I already mentioned before, if I were to get him, is Barry. And I need the lovable psychopath Barry for what I'm doing and what I'm putting together. You will understand as soon as we get into the naming. And
okay, so he chooses Barry.
Barry.
Now, I like Barry. I think it's season 3 episode where he gets taken off his meds because Steve got bored with Stan because he said he wasn't cool. But then everything he learned at the CIA agency, like talking to dolphins and identity theft, gets him out of whatever was going on. So it's like, cool, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You got to learn about that psycho, but then Barry's just like stands on reason with what he believes in. Like he was taking over Stan's state championship in wrestling when it comes to his record. When it comes to how many wins he gets in a row, is 20 wins, and people were trying to lift him. They're like, man, he's heavy, and he was just like, hug, whoa, done.
It was great,
like,
dude.
Cool.
Barry's great.
I remember picking the final pick. I said I need a female, but I've thrown that out. I don't need a female. I need this man right here. Avery Bullock.
Yeah. This man got like the perfect CIA like side story lineup going on right now.
Yeah, here's the thing. All my characters have interacted at some point, and they interact well. I've seen Bullock interact with Greg. They've all interacted with Stan and Roger. And Lewis and Bullock, I might have to go back. They've interacted, but they're pretty much one and the same characters. Just one's white, one's black, and they acted that way. So, you want me to give my name for mine first so you can do this big reveal?
Go ahead.
Okay, my show is going to be called Reach Around.
Can you explain why?
There's an episode in American Dad where Bullock yells at Stan for not giving a reach around. We're going to do a reach around because our story is going to keep going around.
Okay.
It's never going to stop. And you got to reach for the top.
Boo.
Maybe the tip. It's maybe reaching for the tip, maybe not the top, but whatever. Deal with it. Now,
top.
hit us with whatever yours is going to be. Hit us with whatever you're going to be.
So.
Oh, it sucks.
We have.
You stink.
Steve's Bizarre Adventure. Ripping off JoJo's. Yes, I know. And the reason why I picked these characters is because they would fit so perfect in an anime setting. In an anime setting like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, these characters would be top tier. And that's why. That's the big review. It's just Steve's Bizarre Adventure. And with Reginald. Reginald's the equivalent of I don't know if have you seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yeah. I know. I think I know some names, but I haven't seen it.
So Reginald would be the Ziggy equivalent, the dog that they had. We got Stelios. We got Mind Quad. You know, like they would all come together, go on this fucking weird ass random adventure where these people should not be together, but they are together, and it just works out so perfectly. I love it. Barry's the best friend that will die inevitably.
Okay, so Steve is the main character, Barry's his best friend, and then they go on an adventure and they take Reginald, Stelios, and John Q Mind. Are we going to call him that, or is he just going to be Mind Quad?
Nah, we're going to call him Mind Quad.
Okay. Dang, mine, you were right on the money. It's a CIA side mission where they're going on a mission. That's what we're gonna do. It's like I assembled this amazing team, and they're all just like, it's a gay guy, a black guy, an alien, a CIA agent, and then the guy who tells the CIA agent what to do. Cool.
Holy fuck, you just made Archer 2.0. Holy shit.
Wait, hold on. Who's the black guy at archery?
Is that one side that one random black dude that like betrayed them during that mission?
Oh, God, what's his name? I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, because his hand becomes on Ray. He gets a black hand because of that guy.
Holy shit, dude.
How dare you tell me that?
Oh, that's perfect. That's amazing.
But put in the comments who has the better name, has the better show lineup. Let's know.
Oh man, I needed that laugh for today. All right, nerds, guild, amazing people, beautiful souls. We're about to get ready to wrap this up here. So hope you guys enjoyed the show. Next episode is going to be what? Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Yeah, we're good.
Maybe. I think it's about time to get some motherfucking anime going on in here. I feel a little weird. But yeah, next episode should be Avatar: The Last Airbender. It either is going to be Avatar: The Last Airbender or that time I got reincarnated as a slime. You guys, you're in for a treat regardless. But so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope, like, comment, share the video. I said share the video. I'll give you. I'm not wearing a fucking watch, but I'll give you like a minute to a couple seconds to share the video.
Why aren't you sharing the video?
Share the fucking video. Also, go ahead and comment down below again as the homie Alley Cat. Alley Clown. I called you Alley Cat, my bad. As the homie Alley Clown said, let us know which show you'd be more inclined to watch, who had the best name, and everything else that we told you guys to do in the comments. I better see all of it. If I don't see any of it, banned, blocked, deleted, sent off this earth. So that's gonna be the end of this episode. You guys have a great day. Be good people, all that good stuff. I love y'all. Take it easy. Goodbye. And so yeah, why the fuck are you still here? Get out.